let's go to markets high. Together we'll reach the sky. Knowledge share the guiding light. Invest with wisdom, shine so bright. Our alliance stands for liberty, shaping dreams into reality. A movement born in unity. It's the way we'll follow. Everybody joins the crypto world. Break the chains, watch the future unfold. Decentralize, let your voice be heard. Everybody joins the crypto world. There's no turning back, we're on.
Hello, everyone. How is it going?
Educate and trade, let's pave the way.
All right, let's get this show started. Dear crypto allies, this is Shankar Poncelet, and I believe that you all can have freedom through crypto. Absolutely freedom in terms of having health and energy and, of course, financial freedom. But this weekend, we kind of had a big thing happening that gave us a bump in the road. Yes, indeed, a bump in the road. And for those of you who are clued in a little bit, you see that the markets went down. And also we have kind of a lot of panic in a way. And that leads to sell-offs always. And if you are trading, you might have been what we call wrecked. Right? So you had a leverage position open and it just went a little bit too far down because of this news. So what happened? DeepSeek happened. A tech crash. China released an open source AI model that rivals with all the other existing AI models. And we're going to talk about that, try to understand what happened, see how good is this really, and how will it impact our economy, the tech industry, and also our investments. So if you are ready, let's get this started. Please give me a like, give me a subscribe, and share this stream with someone who you think will benefit from it. Absolutely awesome. Let's get the show on the road. And I will say we are 1 day away from the 2-day Crypto Fundamentals Bootcamp. If you want to understand what's going on and survive moments like these, you need to understand the fundamentals. You need to understand your risk profile. And that is what we do. So definitely, if you're interested at all in that, go to crypto.lifestyle. It's a landing page. Give me your email address and I'll send you a video on how to get started. And more importantly, I'll keep you up to date. Now, back to our DeepSeek situation. I mean, if you are looking at TV or at CNBC, at all kinds of economic news, you will see that everybody is in a panic because actually the day Trump got inaugurated, something happened, and that is that DeepSeek, which is a Chinese AI model, got released. And really what is very significant is that it is open source. Open source, for those of you who do not understand what that means, it means it is for free. The code at least is for free. Now, anyone can take the code and implement it and build business logic on top of it, use their own brand to basically build business use cases with that technology. But the initial code, the heart of the AI, was given for free. And that is very powerful because that lets companies and startups do what they do at a much lower cost. Now, of course, that hurts a little bit the existing big companies that have AI models, OpenAI, Meta, and Microsoft, because they have pumped hundreds of millions into developing the technology. And there is this big discussion around what kind of hardware do those AI models need to run appropriately. And so far, the hardware needed to be very advanced chips, and those chips largely were only produced by Nvidia. And that is why Nvidia had somewhat of a monopoly, and that is why they had an incredible increase of their share price last year and also at the beginning of this year. And now we have Chinese competitors who say, guess what? We can give you an AI model that rivals yours, but that doesn't need your high-performing chips. As a matter of fact, they can run on a normal gaming PC. So there's no chip shortage issues. There's no need to build this very high and expensive infrastructure. And that, of course, is the result of locking China away from the technologies that we had last year. And so the Chinese did what they always do and do very well, which is analyze what is it that these guys have, how can we copy it and potentially make it better. And I was thinking that often happens. I mean, the Chinese have done that for a long time in the aviation industry, in all kinds of industries. I was actually looking at my cameras here on my desk, and I noticed that many years ago, I used to be very excited about GoPro cameras, but now I buy the DJI cameras. They are just superior. I enjoy them better. The drones, and that's kind of the same situation, right? We started something US based, and then the Chinese took it and improved it. Now, this is what happens when you have healthy competition in a capitalist society. And overall, I think it is very good, because it is essentially whenever you have a monopoly and only a few, here in the US, it was OpenAI and Meta and Microsoft, only a few have the market share, then they can do whatever they want with you. And they are also not under pressure to improve. Now, with this being out there for free, you bet they have to up their research and development. So yeah, a competition is healthy. And I would say overall, the way I see this is that we have short-term pains, but that will result in long-term gains. Now, of course, the short-term pain will, and we're seeing that right now with the stock market and in crypto with Bitcoin and the AI agent coins. The short-term pain is that there is a massive sell-off, because the market was not expecting that there would be this free alternative called DeepSeek. 13% down for Nvidia is what I saw this morning. And that, of course, has ripple effects throughout the tech industry, specifically those who work in the data center technologies and also the energy technology, the energy providers, because these chips that are not as performant, they also don't necessarily require as much energy as those Nvidia chips. So, but whenever we have this sell-off, there is opportunity. Now, we have to be very careful. There's 3 types of risk profiles that I identify as traders, and that is you can be a saver, an investor, or an intraday trader. And of course, the situation is very, very different depending on what your risk profile is. But before we get into that, I want to actually be one of the first people here who give you a comparison and a deeper look at DeepSeek, because I think it's always important when we have a technology that is so impactful, we want to understand it, actually get our hands dirty with it. I see David here. he was trying out DeepSeek this morning, and he says it's actually not bad. Granted, let's not forget, this is absolutely for free. We also tried to access DeepSeek this morning, and I think too many users are trying to sign up at once, so they locked it off to only mainline China users. But I found a way to break through that security barrier, or I should say limitations, not really a security barrier. And today on this show, I will show you a demonstration of how we can compare ChatGPT to DeepSeek. But before I do that, please hit that like button, share this stream, and subscribe. That is definitely what will help me continue doing this every single day. I want to go live every single day because that is how you build a personal brand, which is super important, not only for business owners, but also for coin holders. One conversation that has been very prevalent before this DeepSeek debacle is the enormous amount of coins that are being issued in the world of cryptocurrency. It has become super, super easy to create your own coin. And that, of course, has led to a massive increase of coin issues every day. And that, of course, also changes the landscape of how you want to invest and trade, because there's a much larger pie, right? And the slices are getting smaller. So you need to know what part of the pie to focus on. And that's definitely a little bit more of an advanced conversation, but something that we will also always touch on when you are part of the mailing list of crypto.lifestyle. Go to the landing page, give me your email address, and in return, I'll send you an awesome video, beginner friendly, on how you can start your journey in DCAing, dollar cost averaging Bitcoin, which is still one of the best ways to be exposed to crypto, as I will show you here in a minute. Let's see. This is a slide that I find very interesting because it shows an artificial analysis quality index. And I think this is pretty powerful because you can see here that spot number 2 is the R1 model, okay? Only surpassed by OpenAI's 07, or 07, looks like that's a 7. And granted that you probably have, I don't know if you have to be a pro user, but you have to pay up to $300 a month for OpenAI's tool, and DeepSeek R1 is absolutely for free because it's open source. Now, again, that doesn't mean that it will remain for free forever, but it definitely means that right now, as it is open source, so many startups out there can look at the code and say, how did they do this? How did they make it better? And how can we implement it into our product, our service, our technology, and bring down the cost of what we're doing? And that is where the opportunity lies. Because whenever you have a monopoly and you only have one choice, well, then that dictates the price, right? But let's jump into comparing the two a little bit. I think that's very interesting when you say, let's see. Yeah, Andreas says 01. Okay, it's not 07, it's 01. I want to compare. I told you a little bit earlier that I compared the two. But before we do that, let's listen to one expert that I saw this morning on TV who explained a little bit what the situation at hand is, and I think it will help you understand.
Breakthrough in a new type of AI. It's a novel breakthrough in the way that AI is trained. The environment through which DeepSeek has had resources and funding to be able to create AI models of their own has necessitated that they become more innovative, that they develop new techniques to do more with less. And what we're seeing at the heart of this innovation is a training technique that used to require two separate AI models that were usually about the same size, that you would need to scale up and train at the same time in order to be able to build something like OpenAI's 01. And what DeepSeek does is it makes it so you only need one and a little bit of another model, which exponentially reduces the amount of computing power that you need to be able to train a model, because you need less AI to be able to train the AI. And so I think that this technological advancement could create cost-cutting measures that are as severe as down to $6 million. Now, the question is not if DeepSeek is going to displace current existing AI leaders in the US, but the question is more so, how soon before we adopt these techniques to supercharge our own AI on better hardware? If DeepSeek was able to build so much with older hardware, how much will we be able to build with newer hardware like that which is committed under Project Stargate that President Trump just...
So where does that leave the question of whether or not our industry is...
Okay, I think that's a very optimistic approach, right? So basically, she's saying, let's take advantage, because here's what happened in the US in recent weeks and months is that we invested super, super heavily into the infrastructure, the data centers, the energy providers. And now all of a sudden, it looks like we're basically over-equipped, right? The problem is that building all of that cost an enormous amount of money. Now we'll see how that goes. I mean, this is a little bit of the equivalent of someone building an amazing car, okay, and then the competition says, well, we looked at what you have and we made another amazing car, but it is more gas efficient. So I mean, that it's just good. Honestly, for the long term, this is good for the world. This is good for technology. And we'll just have to make sure that we understand it so that we can be part of the movement on the right side, possibly on both sides, right? Now, I promised you the comparison of both technologies. Here it goes. Okay, so I actually am testing DeepSeek and see how it compares to OpenAI. If you want to access DeepSeek right now, you can't unless you live in China. So what I did with my tech savviness, I simulate a location in China. So here it is. I'm DeepSeek, it says. And I think what we want to do is compare it to ChatGPT. So we're going to use something that you all can relate to. I think a lot of you are business owners. So let's see what happens if we bring up ChatGPT here. Let's get a new window going. And I have this modal here for you. There we go. Make that a little bit bigger. So what I'm asking is, can you create a 5-minute actionable plan to help someone grow their brand on social media using AI, focusing on tools and strategies anyone can use today? So let me hit submit, and then you can see first write down your brand's purpose and who you serve. Then in the second minute, content strategy with AI. Use AI tools to generate a week's worth of content ideas and captions. Okay. It gives me the example prompt, generate 10 Instagram posts ideas for personal branding. In minute 3, create high quality visuals, like use Canva, for instance. And then in minute 4, we have schedule posts and set reminders. You can use something, let's see, like Buffer, Later, or Hootsuite, which are social media scheduling posts. And then there's also an engagement strategy to use Hey Quinn or Okoya AI to auto-reply to comments. That's interesting. Analyze and optimize, leverage analytics to improve. And it gives us social media platforms built-in insights, extra tips, stay consistent, leverage AI, build a community. Very powerful, actually. Build a community is super important for your personal brand, just like you all are crypto allies watching this. So I like it. It's quite helpful. Let's compare it to DeepSeek, if you will. Make that take this away for a moment, and then I'm going. This is the first time, by the way, that I am actually using DeepSeek. Very first time, and you are with us. Okay. Let me paste the exact same prompt in here, submit it, And then, okay, so there's a pretty quick response here. It starts with write down 1 to 2 specific goals for your social media growth. Let's see, let's compare this. This is really cool. Write down your brand's purpose and who you serve. It's kind of similar. It's kind of similar. Now, granted that I'm paying for OpenAI and DeepSeek is absolutely free, right? Absolutely free. Minute 2, content strategy with AI. Step 2 for DeepSeek, use AI for content strategy. It gives me ChatGPT, Jasper, and Copy AI. Look at how similar these responses are. It shows that the training was likely performed on the same type of data, and the way it responds is very similar. The tool, the action, the pro tip, use. Okay, minute 3, create high quality visuals. DeepSeek says, step 3, optimize posting times with AI. Okay, so it kind of, it's essentially the minute 4 in ChatGPT. Okay, use scheduling tools like Buffer, Hootsuite, or Later. Same tools, by the way. Tools like Predis.ai can also recommend the best times based on your niche. Really interesting. Okay, next step. So OpenAI gave us the automated posting with those tools in minute 4. Engage your audience. So they both agree that you want to engage with your audience. And what's really interesting is that DeepSeek recommends ChatGPT integrations. That's really cool. So it's an open source model. It doesn't seem biased so far at all. Uses lots of American technology here. Step 5 on the left, analyze and optimize. Step 5 on the right, analyze and improve. That's really cool. And it says Sprout Social, HubSpot, BrandWatch can be used. Bonus, stay consistent. Extra tips for success, stay consistent. Well, I mean, I don't know about you, but I think that is a pretty great comparison. And I'm actually super happy with what DeepSeek has given me for free. Absolutely free. There don't seem to be any limitations on it. We already got search. Listen, this is huge. This is very serious competition. And in a capitalist society, competition is good. But this was pre-recorded. I'm handing it back to Shankar live. This is Shankar live. Awesome. We got David here saying, I am not in China. I'm on DeepSeek right now. Yes. So I think what happened, David, is that initially it was just open for new registrants all over the world. And then probably, I don't know if you saw, but the DeepSeek app is currently holding spot number 1 on the App Store. So too many users tried to sign up at once, and they had to limit it somehow and chose their own country. But what I noticed is that once you are signed up, then you don't need the VPN anymore. You don't need to work around them anymore. So it's probably just temporary anyway, the restriction. I would try again a little bit later today or tomorrow, and everybody can probably sign up. Now, if that was cool, if you like that comparison, type in DeepSeek into the chat. I want to see if you're still with me. We're going to get a little bit more into the investment part of the show right now. This is really a hot topic here. Let me show you. This is live TV, of course. They're talking about the tech sector is down, Nvidia is down. This is big thing, and it's really a serious bump in the road. It is not just a small thing, and we need to know what to do if we want to stay in the market. And the only way to make money in the market is to stay in the market, but you need to know What is my risk profile? How much time do I realistically have as an individual? Can I dedicate 4 hours a day, which is what you need to be a trader? Can I dedicate 1 to 2 hours a week, which is good if you want to be an investor? Or do I really only have 5 minutes a week, right? And then you should be a saver. So that's really awesome. But as I said, I think this is short-term pain that translates into long-term gain. And here's why I think it is long-term gain. Is because, and this is actually not mentioned very often, but truly, when you take a high-level view of everything, Bitcoin outperforms everything else. Yes, it does. And I'm going to show you here in a moment. Now, this is something that is not often talked about because it is way sexier to say, I traded this coin and I made a profit and this and that. And that is true for those traders that have the experience, that are the professionals, and that most importantly have the time. They can outperform Bitcoin. But the cryptocurrency ecospace as a whole does not outperform Bitcoin. And I will show you here in a moment. So to understand this, we're going to look at an indicator that basically consists of taking the entire crypto market and remove Bitcoin and Ethereum, and then we divide it, we benchmark it against not the US dollar, but against Bitcoin. Okay, so that shows us the performance of all the cryptocurrencies together against Bitcoin. So that's an important chart to look at. So Andrea, yeah, thank you, DeepSeek. Let me bring up that chart, and I think you'll understand what I mean. Why Bitcoin outperforms everything. Okay, so here's the chart. As I said, see, you can see that here in the top left, it says total 3 over Bitcoin. Okay, so it's the evolution of the total 3, which represents the total cryptocurrency market. And then we reference it against Bitcoin. And what you can see, I have a very high time frame here. Each candle represents a week, and it basically starts here in 2018 and it goes until now. And what you can see that this is a chart that trends down. And what that means that if you compare all the cryptocurrencies together against Bitcoin, they underperform. They underperform. Can you see that? Since April of 2021, basically, we have seen a bearish movement here. Now, I don't know if you understand what that means. Type in, yes, I understand. Type in, I understand, if you understand what that means. It means that if you are a saver who just regularly invests in Bitcoin, you have outperformed the entire market. And that brings me back to this idea that 80% of people who try to invest and trade actually lose money, 20% make money. So it's the 20% that have a few key ingredients. They're educated on the fundamentals. They have a community to go to where they get good news and also support, and they have practice. They have the time. And that is what I'm offering through the crypto.lifestyle landing page. As you may know, I uprooted my entire business this year, founded the Crypto Alliance so that we can come together and learn all those things that make you be part of the 20%. Now, if you say, I don't need to be part of the 20%, I want to be part of the 80%. I'm sorry, I want to just be a saver, and I only have 5 minutes a week for this, then I do have this video behind crypto.lifestyle for you that teaches you how to do that, how to invest into Bitcoin. And as you can see with the chart blended in, Bitcoin outperforms everything anyway so far. Okay. Now, if you say, no, I want to be part of those 20% who zoom in and take advantage of the up and down, buy low, sell high, then you need to be part of the Crypto Alliance, founding member of the Crypto Alliance. Let me play the intro video again for you so you know what I mean. Awesome. Now, what else do I have for you? Let me see. Okay, so I spoke a lot about those AI agents in past weeks because I do think that hasn't changed. As a matter of fact, right now, it will probably only accelerate. I do think that AI agents will largely replace what we do and how we do it this year. ChatGPT coming out with its operator AI agent has shown that, and it's absolutely incredible. My good friend Sinead Moray, she actually recorded a video about it where she tried ChatGPT in operator mode and asked it to buy something on Etsy and find a great dance teacher for her daughter. And it did so well. You should go take a look at it. But why I'm bringing it up here is I do believe that if you want to replace the income that you will, as a business owner, inevitably lose because of those agents, you need to invest into those agents. And right now, with this scare, this fear in the market, a lot of those AI agent coins have become a little bit more affordable again, because that's what happens, right? People say, oh no, now we have DeepSeek out there and all of those AI agents are going to suffer because Nvidia suffers. But the truth is, as I explained to you earlier, the technology that those AI agents underlyingly use is about to get cheaper. That means, in my humble opinion, you get AI agent coins at a discount right now. And this is for you investors that have a short to medium term investment horizon, right? This is not something that will make you money overnight, but it could very well be a very nice investment choice, let's say from now until the top of the bull run. That's what I did this morning. I had to close some positions that I had on leverage because I did not. I mean, who could have foreseen this, right? I did not foresee that. But the important part is that you need to learn how to take and accept your losses as early as possible. The most important part in investing and trading is to protect your capital, and then not to be so shaken and paralyzed that you don't take advantage of the discounts that the market gives you. Now, right now, we need to look at what happens here with this shakeout. I would wait a little bit to make any big moves. But I think, again, if you buy some of those coins spot, what does spot mean is you just buy the coin. You don't trade a derivative. You just buy the coins. I think that could be a good move. I did so this morning. I bought some more Sui AI, and I bought some more. What was the other one? Daiking. The other chart that I will show here. Let me look at my notes. Yeah. The final chart that I will show is one that might be interesting. That is ETH. Okay, and I'll show you why. Also, this chart is also ETH against Bitcoin, not ETH against the US dollar, but ETH against Bitcoin. And this is again a high time frame view. We have the chart starting in 2017 on the left, going until now. And what you see is this very apparent, what we call a support line in yellow. So ETH against Bitcoin goes up, then goes down, hits that support line, goes up, then goes down, hits that support line. Now, what has happened now? It hit the support line. So if we want to learn from the past and use it to predict the future, then maybe there's a very high likelihood that we are now going to bounce off. Now, be careful though, because something like this happens here. This is what we call a double bottom, right? It hits the support line, then it goes up. Looks like we're finally taking off, but no, we're going back down again. Double bottom. It's actually a bullish signal, and now we're taking off. Okay, so this might be the first time it hits the support line. Nonetheless, interesting to start building a spot position, but just be prepared that it could come back down to form this double bottom against the support line. Again, nothing to trade with leverage. This is something for those of you who consider themselves in that mid category, the investors. Those who say, well, I have about 1 to 2 hours per week to go and look at the market updates and then decide what I'll do. I think that's what I have for today. Type into the chat what your general feeling is. Are you optimistic? Are you bullish, as we say, or are you bearish? Are you a little bit scared, or are you at an absolute beginner level? Then type in beginner, because really I'm most interested in bringing the beginners in a safe way into this space, because I am really honestly tired with seeing this amazing opportunity that we have in crypto, where we have an asset that I still believe is on its way to hitting $1 million US in valuation. I'm talking about Bitcoin within 5 to 6 years. And you don't have to be an investor. You don't have to be a trader. You don't just have to have a community and be someone who understands how to dollar cost average into that. And that is what I'm offering. Go to the landing page, crypto.lifestyle. Become a founding member of the Crypto Alliance if you choose to take it a step further. Okay? There's one spot left in the boot camp that starts tomorrow. 2-day boot camp, 5 hours each day, starting at 9 a.m. Central Time, with me and a group of other super hungry and smart people from all over the world. We'll go over the world. Over the world. And no, we're also talking the virtual world. So that's funny. So we're talking fundamentals. I show you everything you need to know to be that savvy saver. We'll also look at what is necessary to be an investor and a trader, but I can't turn you into either one of those within 2 days. It's not possible. That's why people who join the bootcamp tomorrow will have access to a weekly video where I will give you precise and concise information over what I think you should do if you want to be this short to medium term investor. And for those very few of you who will see yourselves fit to be a trader, we have a Telegram group where we can just use and support each other in real time, because that's absolutely necessary to have that. Yeah, Andrea, crypto world, yeah, and the world. David says, I am scared. I think crypto could crash like tulips. Well, honestly, it could. It could. That is why you need to always be diversified and not put all your eggs in the crypto basket. All right. But this is a huge opportunity that I believe one will not have again in our lifetime, where we have an asset that could potentially go from 100,000, where we are right now, to 1 million in 5 years. So if you are scared, like lots of people are, first of all, fear is a good thing, because fear protects us from doing something stupid. But that doesn't mean you shouldn't do anything. David, can I convince you to invest a little bit, skip the latte, as I say, like, for example, $5 per day into Bitcoin? Do that. That won't break the bank. You know, it will definitely manage your risk profile on a low end, but you have at least exposure to the upside. You could, within the next 5 years, turn $13,000 into $500,000. Now, I have to give the disclaimer here. Don't just do what I say. I actually don't want to convince you. I just want to expose you to the information, and then you make up your own mind, right? I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have those credentials, but I can give you the education that gave me personally financial freedom. And I enjoy it. I love it a lot. As a matter of fact, if you want to just take a little bit and just like look at who is this Shankar, what is he up to, also go to the landing page, sign up, because in the welcome email you have all the links to my socials. There's especially two social channels where I show a lot about what I'm doing in lifestyle wise. That's Instagram and Facebook. Now you will see that I lead a life that is very different from most of other people's lives, even very different from my own life just 2 or 3 years ago. And it is only possible because I have this certain level of financial freedom that lets me do crazy things, such as, actually, in a little bit more than a week, this live show will come to you from Amsterdam. Then a few days later, this live show will come to you from the UK. Then 1 week later, this show will come to you from, which I believe will be South Africa. We wanted to go to the Canary Islands, but I think we decided for Cape Town because I love the heat. I love the heat. Lamb said, could you give us the Telegram link? No, the Telegram link is only for paid community members. And that is something that is very important because I need people to have some skin in the game. So the Telegram is connected to people who pay for the bootcamp. And that is an offer that is only accessible to you if you join the list through crypto.lifestyle. The registration deadline is today, midnight Central Time. Okay, if you're in the Central Time zone and it hits midnight, then you can no longer sign up. We only have one spot left anyways, because this is the first time I'm doing this bootcamp, and I need this to, I need to experiment what it feels like to have a group of 20 people, because there's quite a lot we need to go through, quite a lot. So what does David say? $5 per day? Sure. That is like going to McDonald's for my morning muffin. Again, for David, it is skip the muffin, right? Skip the muffin. For me, it's skip the latte. Now, fortunately, I don't have to skip the latte anymore, but that's what I'm saying. I think for a lot of people who are not business owners, who don't have several sources of income, it's very difficult to just find investment capital. I have to recognize that I'm somewhat out of touch because I haven't been an employed person in like over a decade. I have been self-employed, then an entrepreneur, then an investor. So for me to find, I could find you $50,000 right now and invest it into something if I had conviction in it. But I know that is not the case for most of you, and it doesn't have to be, because of this strategy that I believe so much in dollar cost averaging. David says he's not going to skip Mickey D, but $5 per day is no big deal. Okay, David, go, and I think you're already signed up. You should have received the welcome email. Just do it, especially since you live in the US. You can do this with Venmo, with Cash App. and set it up on autopilot, and just come back and thank me in 5 years, and invite me to take a ride on your yacht or on your private jet. All right, I think I'm gonna end this now. If you have any questions, if there are any more questions, folks, put them in the chat right now so I can answer them live. But those were good questions, and thank you for staying with me. Also, it's really fun to do those lives if there's an audience. Incredibly powerful as well for those of you who are business owners who want to build their personal brand, and also just really see immediate feedback from your work, right? I know a lot of us post on social media, and then we look at the reach, and then we look at the signups or whatnot. It's deferred gratification, but live, granted that is not easy, gives you immediate gratification, and I love that about it. If you want to learn about that from someone who really knows what she's doing, go to Sinead Moray, good friend of mine, and then you really learn a lot there. Okay, I don't see any other questions coming in. Listen, do you know that this song was done with AI in like 5 minutes? Incredible. It's our Crypto Alliance theme song. I love it so much. Let me play it. Bye-bye for now. Thank you for being with me.
From wallets cold to markets high, together we'll reach the sky. Knowledge share the guiding light. Invest with wisdom, shine so bright. Our alliance stands for liberty, shaping